So, we have here some games in the NCAA college football schedule press room here. For 32 games going to be on ESPN networks, whether it's majority of them on ESPN Plus, whether it's ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, SC Network, AC Network, SC Network Plus with the SC Network teams on TV, AC Network with AC games on TV, and that overlaps, overlap like SCAC and Network Extra, that overlap some of the college basketball for men's ones, gymnastics, for softball, baseball, overlap, over across, get overlap a little bit. And some maybe as AC Network, sometimes they show like with the CW network, they might show a few games on like TV, but majority of them will be after like conference tournaments aren't on like AC Network for men's ones. The same with the SC Network, and it overlaps like gymnastics for women's gymnastics and AC Network, SC Network, and then men's wrestling and AC Network. So, there's that, but then there'll be some early season big games like AC Network, SC Network, AC Network, and there's like no sport type stu shows like top 5 movies from East in the AC Network, ACPM. It's like an hour. They're cutting back that a little bit, but it's like an hour or 2 a week. Or they have AC football podcast or AC basketball podcast, men's basketball podcast once it's AC week or the season. AC or basketball or AC or basketball podcast like 2 times once a week. Once for the men, once for the women. They're in the football season, the football podcast. So, but yeah, then we have Then we have 2,600 regular season games from every conference, from 22 different conferences. So, yeah, let's go talk about the games on ESPN networks. There's 150 matchups on the linear networks: ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN, AC Network. And we have some big games, ranked teams on either ESPN networks or televised networks or ESPN Plus. Thursday, February 10 is a shrimp Jordan's career with tissue. We start with that. Number 9, Nebraska, number 2, ESPN 2, 10 Eastern. 11 a.m. Number 2, Oklahoma State versus number 15, Georgia. ESPN 2 is number 7, Florida State versus number 1, Texas Tech. ESPN 2 is number 11, number 13, LSU versus number 2, Oklahoma State. So ESPN 2 is a lot more. And then number 9, Nebraska versus number 15, Georgia, 4 p.m. 6 p.m. at ESPN Plus. Number 6, versus 13th at 9 a.m. NC State versus number 15, Georgia. 20, Oklahoma State versus number 16, ESPN 2. And Northwestern UCF and ESPN Plus. Is number 4, Tennessee versus number 9, Nebraska. Number 1 p.m. is number 19, number 11, 6. I'm surprised that's on EC Network. Number 15, Georgia versus UCF. And ESPN Plus at 1 p.m. Oh, that's why, because at 12:30 there's a game in EC, Missouri and NC State. And then we have, special game on ESPN though. And then number 10, Oklahoma UCF versus number 12, Oklahoma State, 3 p.m. ESPN. 4 ESPN Plus. Number 6, versus number 18 versus number 3, 4:30 on ESPN Plus. 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Number 4, Tennessee versus James Madison. Number 10, UC versus Missouri. 6 on ESPN Plus. 7 ESPN Plus. Number 7, Thursday versus FU. On the 14th at 9 a.m. Eastern America's number 11, 16 versus NC State. 10 a.m. Number 22, Oklahoma versus number 2. Then UC versus number 3, LSU before college basketball starts at 10 a.m. Eastern and New York. And then Missouri versus Western ESPN Plus. FAU versus number 4, Tennessee on ESPN Plus at 1 p.m. on ESPN Plus. That's number NC State, number 6, number 15 Georgia versus Northwestern. Number 9, Nebraska versus UCF. 3 on ESPN Plus. FAU versus Missouri. 4 Eastern ESPN. Number 10, UCF versus number 4, Tennessee. They have 1 during softball game during ESPN. That's big for softball though. Take a men's college basketball game. That's big, even when even from even a low tier men's team. That's pretty big. And then number 10, UC versus number 4, Tennessee ESPN. Number 15, Georgia versus number 2, ESPN Plus. 3 Eastern. Madison versus number 6, and 7 Eastern, ESPN Plus. Number 10, UC versus number 7, Florida State on the 15th. Madison around 6 a.m. on 9 a.m. on ESPN. 9 a.m. on ESPN. Missouri versus number 2. 10 a.m. on ESPN 2. Number 13, Series number 2, on ESPN 2. Number 4 Series number 16. ESPN for Cincinnati State, New ESPN Plus, 1 ESPN Plus, FAU, Florida Line versus James, 6 Eastern. Number 6 versus number 9, Nebraska. Eastern is number 4, Tennessee versus number 7, Florida State. Then there's on the 25th. Then we have some Friday, some games on Eastern early in the season. We have number 24, Mississippi State, Georgia Tech at 6, and Eastern at 6 p.m. 5 p.m. as number 27 has number Georgia at Georgia Tech. Then number 17 Stanford league on Eastern. Number 6 is then 8 Eastern at 6 p.m. Then 8th, there's some games when college basketball conference tournament games, like for men and women's basketball, men's basketball, women's basketball, or men's basketball is on like big networks like ESPN televised networks. Fashioning up the rest of the season, or a lot of women's conference tournaments are going on the regular networks, the conference networks like AC or SC network, Big Ten network. All of them conference networks will have and they'll have so. And they have number 1 Texas and number 14 South Carolina and number 34 13 number 4 Tennessee, number 6 Florida, Georgia, and then AC, and then 16 Georgia Tech, and number 12 Clemson. And then March 9th, we go on to Monday night softball matches. They have Monday night women's basketball during the college basketball season, the regular season, and they have Monday night during softball season. They have conference of SC of a featured women's college softball game. That's ranked number 6 Florida on the 9th at 7 p.m. And then on the 10th, number 19 Duke and number 14 South Carolina at 6 p.m. And then same for number 16 Alabama on the Eastern. Then 11th, 6 p.m. Rob Morris at Pittsburgh. And then South Alabama, number 7 Florida State at Eastern. And then the 14th, number 6 Florida Kentucky, number 2 in Eastern. And number 2 Virginia Tech and number 18 Duke at 2 p.m. on Eastern. And then the 15th on Eastern, 1 p.m. Georgia Tech at Virginia, 1 p.m. Auburn, number 3 Oklahoma on Eastern. Number 2 Virginia Tech and number 18 Duke Eastern at 6 p.m. 7 p.m. is number 6 a.m. and number 3 on Eastern. And then on the 16th, number 11 Texas and number 13 Eastern. UNC Wilmington and number 19 Duke and Eastern. And then noon has Central and number 8 Arkansas. They're actually showing more games now, like SC I remember them showing a couple of early college basketball games when they were kids' days, starts, and they were actually early games. Times like earlier in the year. So this could be one of them. Just an early game because of it. Maybe, or just maybe they're an invitational. I don't know. Either way, so cool. Number 1 Texas Tech at number 7 Florida State at 6 p.m. on the 18th. And then Louisiana Tech number 2 West UB at number 2 for Mississippi State. On SC this is during when there's women's college basketball on for the first four, the first round, second round, Sweet 16, and then there's men's NIT first round games on ESPN 2, so there's that going on. So the games are going to AC or SC for the majority of them, except the Shining Children's Invitational. And on Friday, March 20th, number 7 Florida State on EC at 6 p.m. And 6 p.m. number 24 Mississippi State, number 15 Georgia, SC. And then when second round coverage on Sunday moved to ESPN 2, and ESPN instead of ESPN 2, first 2 days will be on ESPN 2, ESPN News, ABC, but then it goes to ESPN and ABC on the first day of the second round, which is Sunday, 22nd. And we have number 4 Georgia, Tennessee, number 6 Florida, and Eastern ESPN 2, and Eastern at 4. Number 19 Duke, Georgia Tech, 6 p.m. is number 17 Stanford, North Carolina, and then 7 p.m. is number 3 Oklahoma, number 2 Ole Miss, and same as that on Monday at 7 p.m. And on the 25th, we have Kentucky at 5:30 at Syrup, 7:30 on the Syrup. Clemson at number 12 Clemson, number 14 South Carolina, then Syrup. Arizona State at NCC. Number 20 is Virginia, Liberty at Virginia, 8 p.m. And the 27th, 6 p.m. Number 17, Stanford, number 82, New York. Number 22, West Side, number 14, State, 6 p.m. New York. And 7 p.m. is number 6, Florida, number 8, Red Side, East 2. And 28th. Number 7, Florida, Saturday, 28th. Number 7, Florida State, number 12, Clemson, New York. Noon is number 3, Oklahoma, number 30, New York. And 2 p.m. East 2, number 12, Texas A&M, and number 1, Texas, East 2. And 5 p.m. number 17, Stanford, number 2, New York. And on the 28th, number 3, Oklahoma, number 30, East 1 p.m. is Cup number 1, East 2 p.m. is number 11, Texas A&M, number 1, Texas, and East U has Wichita State at USF South Florida on the American, featuring American coverage on East U. And number 7, Florida State, number 12, Clemson, East 6 p.m. 7 p.m. is number 14, South Carolina, number 1, 24, Mississippi State, East And the 30th, number 14, South Carolina, number 24, Mississippi State, East And 31st, March 31st is Penn State, Pittsburgh at 6 p.m. in East 6 p.m. is Wichita State, number 0, East And on the 1st, 6 p.m. is Mercer, Georgia Tech, East Friday, 8:30 p.m. in the East is number 1, Texas at number 16, Alabama, East Then on the Saturday, the 4th, we have a big long day of softball. Number 24, Mississippi State, number 6, Florida State. 2 p.m. is number 9, number 7, Florida State, East 1:30 p.m. is number 15, Georgia, number 11, Texas A&M, 4 p.m. is Gardner Webb at South Carolina State featured Big Salt Conference match in ESPN. And then SC York has number 13, LSU at Missouri. 6 p.m. is number 1, Texas, number 16, Alabama. Number 14, South Carolina, number 14, SC York at 5:30 p.m. 7 p.m. is number 12, Clemson, number 2, Virginia Tech at SC York. And then at 7:30 Eastern, number B, SC York featured baseball match. And then Sunday the 5th, and the SC York is splitting time between men's and women's lacrosse. And then you have softball and baseball, so they show a softball match, a baseball game, and then a women's and men's lacrosse game on the series. So it's 9 hours. So, splitting. So, SC Network only splits between softball and baseball. So, and on Sunday the 5th, 4 p.m., Auburn and Raiders on SC. Auburn and Raiders at 7 p.m. on the 6th of April. SC. And the 7th, April 7th, 8:30 p.m. Stanford at number 22, almost SC. 6 p.m. Morris State, Kentucky on SC. South Florida, number 6, Florida on ESPN 2 at 7. And then 8 p.m. Queens at North Carolina at AC at Wednesday 8th. And then Friday the 10th. Number 12 comes to Pittsburgh at 6 at AC 6 p.m. Florida at number 14, South Carolina. 7 p.m. Number 3, Oklahoma at number 1, Texas at ESPN 2. And number 7, Florida State, number 16, Stanford at 9 p.m. at ESPN 2. Saturday on ESPN York. Number 1 p.m. Number 16, Alabama at Auburn on SC York. 3 p.m. Number 6, Florida, number 14, South Carolina, SC York. East York is number 12, Clemson, Pittsburgh. 8 p.m. is number 3, Oklahoma. Number 6, Texas, ESPN. And number 7, Florida State. Number 17, Stanford at 7 p.m. ESPN. On the 12th, noon on ESPN. Number 18, Arizona. Number 13, LSU. 2 is number 3, Oklahoma. Number 6, ESPN. 4 is number 2 in Virginia Tech, Virginia. SC York. California, NC State's and SC York at 6. And number 4, Tennessee, Kentucky, and SC York at 6. Number 4, Tennessee, Kentucky at 7 p.m. SC York. 13th. 14th is 6 p.m. Number 14, South Carolina. Number 12, Clemson, SC York. Northwestern Notre Dame at 6 p.m. and ESPN on SC York. Northwestern Notre Dame 15th. And 7 p.m. Number 4, Tennessee, number 2, Duke, and ESPN 2. 8 p.m. is India, Legal, and SC York. And number 9 p.m. Number 3, Oklahoma, number 2, Oklahoma State, ESPN 2. And the 17th is Georgia Tech, and number 2, Virginia Tech at 6 p.m. SC York. 8:30 is number 24, Mississippi State, and number 6 p.m. SC York. And then at Kentucky, and number 60, Alabama, and ESPN 2 at 8 p.m. and ESPN 2. Number 8 is number 3, Oklahoma. And that's 18th on April at 3 p.m. Number 18, Arizona, number 2, State, ESPN 2. Number North Carolina, number 7, State at AC York at 4 p.m. SC York is number 6 at number 15, Georgia. Number 14, South Carolina, Missouri at 6 p.m. and SC York. 7 p.m. is Georgia Tech at number 2, Virginia Tech on AC York. Then at noon on 19th on ESPN 2, number 6 at number 15, Georgia. Pittsburgh at number Louisville at 4 p.m. on AC York. And SC York on 7 p.m. 20th is number 1, Texas at number 15, Georgia. Then 22nd, number 6, Florida, number 7, Florida State at 6 p.m. and ESPN 2. Number 2, Oklahoma State, number 1, Texas at 8 p.m. and ESPN 2. And then is the 24th, number 1, Texas at Kentucky and SC York. And number 1, 6 a.m. and number 14, South Carolina, ESPN 2 at 7. Number 9, 9 p.m. Number 1, Texas Tech at Arizona State, ESPN 2. And 25th is ESPN 2 is number 12, Clemson, number 19, ESPN 2. 2:30 is number 15 Georgia, number 3 Oklahoma on ESPN 2. And then Missouri and Raiders at Cedar Rock. And then the featured Big West Conference match. Long Beach State, Cal State, Fullerton on ESPN at 4 p.m. 5 p.m. is number 6 Tech Arizona State on ESPN 2. 3 p.m. is North Carolina, number 2 Virginia Tech, and number 7 Florida State Georgia Tech, both on ESPN. And then on Saturday 26th, we have one on ESPN 2, or one on ESPN. And number 22, West Auburn, 1 p.m. 4 p.m. on ESPN 2 is University of Alabama and Norfolk, Tennessee. And then number 5 p.m. number 12 Clemson, number 18 Duke on ESPN. And then number 6 Alabama and Norfolk, Tennessee at 7 p.m. on ESPN. And then number 7 Florida State and number 6 Florida at 28 to 7 p.m. on ESPN. And then the Paul Notre Dame at 6 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, starting 28th of April. And the 30th, April 30th. Number 8 Arkansas, number 6 at 7 p.m. on ESPN. And number 3 Oklahoma at number 11 6 p.m. at 9 p.m. on ESPN. And then May 1st, 6 p.m. number 3 Oklahoma and number 11 6 at ESPN. And then this Saturday, May 2nd, number 6 Florida and number 15 noon on ESPN, 2 p.m. on ESPN, is a wild card match, meaning that they're gonna put in their best whatever the ACC's best softball matches going into the weekend, in like two teams fighting for, maybe the ACC regular season title, or two ranked matchups, or stuff like that. They're gonna put in like a top matchup, which is awesome, for softball, because it brings, usually they have that for like men's and women's college basketball. Well, but typically they don't have that for softball, baseball. Typically they usually don't. They pick a lot of them before the season. Some of them for basketball they do. Basketball they're more likely than men's and women's, but this one is awesome. Like a certain conference they may have that time for, but they pick it. But it can't be any game. So when AC picks, it'll be more towards the season. That's an honor you pick for that time. It really is. 2 p.m. on AC is AC Valkyrie to return. 1 p.m. on AC Norfolk, Tennessee at Missouri. 2:30 is Baylor number 6 on ESPN on AC number 24 Mississippi State number 22 Miss on AC at 3 p.m. at 5 p.m. on ESPN 2. Number 3 Oklahoma number 6 a.m. And then Auburn at number 13 at AC. And on May 3rd, it is number 7 Florida State at Boston College at AC. And then 10 p.m. on Saturday, May 8th, St. Mary's at Santa Clara on ESPN. And that West Coast Conference does not do conference tournaments for any sport besides men's and women's basketball. And the only reason why they do men's and women's basketball tournaments is because that's, the sport that drives in the most revenue for the West Coast Conference. And they want to be like, for one, every other league in the country and have a tournament. And two, it brings an exposure on TV for both the men's and women's sides. And they also, And then we have, let's see. And then the conference championships. ESPN is going to have, before the conference championship games, like AC, SEC, Big 12, they used to be on ESPN 2, I remember. But now they moved them to ESPN as the Phillips 66, as the Big 12 championship, sponsored by Phillips 66, is at noon Eastern from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the NCAA Women's College World Series, and USA Softball. And then 2:30 Eastern, it'll be the ACC Championship in Charlottesville, Virginia. And then at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN will be the SEC Championship, sponsored by T-Mobile 5G Home Internet in Lexington, Kentucky. And then on ESPN 2, the American Athletic Conference and the Sun Belt Conference will have their championship games on ESPN 2. At noon Eastern, you'll see the American Conference game at noon Eastern in Greenville, North Carolina, the American Conference Championship game. And then at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, the Sun Belt Conference Championship title game will be at 2:30 Eastern in Lafayette, Louisiana. And then ESPN will show you every game of the Women's College World Series. It will show you every game, first pitch to last final pitch of the tournament, on ESPN2, ESPNU, ESPN, ACC Network, SEC Network. Will show all the conference. Will show you first pitch of all the conference championship games, other than on ESPN networks, other than the Big Ten one, and then the SWAC one will be on SWAC TV. We had TV at SWAC.org. They had SWAC Digital for free. They removed that with like a featured game of the week, and then like all the championships now moved to like SWAC TV at SWAC.org. Besides basketball, which is probably still on ESPN Plus. And then a lot of that will be, and then it's all the games that are on HBCU Go, which is HBCU Go, or like then regional sports networks pick up HBCU Go package, and they have kind of a deal with the regional sports networks as a whole. Every regional sports network, either showing a tape delay or their plus channels when they're showing live sports. So I mean, you have to have a plus channel, So. And then Women's College World Series at Devon Park in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, will be May 28th through June 4th to the 5th. So, that last week of May into the first week of June. Can't believe we're already talking about softball, I mean, it's crazy, we're in the end of the March. We're getting closer to the postseason, the conference tournaments in men's and women's college basketball. We're getting closer to that. The whole postseason. It's just crazy, to think about that. That the college basketball season is like a month away from, pretty much for a lot of conferences ending their regular season. Actually, the end of February, 27th, 28th, is actually when a lot of conferences will end. And then there'll be some that end on like the power conferences, the Big East, and all that. They'll end on March 1st, which is Sunday. So it's crazy, to think about, but